Alright, Qam Yasharahla. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Bakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to you, Qam. I'm just pushing the truth in love and sincerity and in charity with all humility. Okay, this is the brother Yashawan from the GMS Bombers Camp. Back at you with another brief lesson. Okay, drive and talk. Alright. So yeah, man, I have this on the screen. Teach them young. Alright. I mean, teach our children. Okay. The reason why I have this. Alright. Well, the name of this lesson is Thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. Okay. Thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. Okay. Now, the reason why I gone into this, because yesterday, I can tell you what happened. Yesterday evening, I was eating my food, on my daughter. This is another thing with our young children. Sometimes they say things that would have you to think. And sometimes they say things that line right up with the scriptures. Okay? They say things that you haven't taught them, that nobody haven't taught them. Okay? It's because the Most High put it in their spirit. Okay? To say these things. Alright? And sometimes they don't understand what they say. Okay? And sometimes they do. Alright? So anyhow, what has happened is that I was eating, and she just came and she was like, she wanna be someone big, when she, grew up, like she said she wanna be like, she didn't say the word or anything. She just say, well, you see those people, pictures is be up in the school and stuff like that, like the dignitaries and all those high people like the governors and the governor general and the prime ministers and stuff like that. She said she want to be like that. Well, first she said she want to be a judge. And that's the best way she could have described it. You see? So I said, man, you want to be a judge? Then she said, yeah. She want to be like, just like you see them pictures up in the schools and like that. So I said, oh, all right. Like a prime minister. Then she said, yeah, like a prime minister. All right. So I said, oh, okay. I said, all right. Well, you are judges in the Bible. Deborah, judge. She was a judge. Okay. Who are a woman. All right. But then she say, well, it kind of little switch like. We'll be talking about the Spirit of the Lord. And she said, man, that entered into her mind. That's come on her mind. And then she started saying, Lord, I thank you. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. And then she say, Daddy, he's in everything. He's in everything. So I say, yes, he's in everything. While I'm eating. And she kept saying it, with various example. Like one of the examples she gave was she grabbed a water bottle and she said, Daddy, did I walk up my own or he caused me to walk? Right? I said, well, he caused you to walk. She said, right, so he's in all things, he's in me, he's in you, he's in the air, he's all around us. I said, right. Yeah. So then she say, she grabbed a water bottle, right? And then she say, how did she go on? How did she grab a bottle She caused her to grab a bottle. Then she shake the water in the bottle. And then she stopped her hand. She said, Daddy, you see, I stopped my hand. But what you see happening? The water's still shaking, right? He's in the water. So I say, yeah, he's in the water. Then I went to that scripture in Act 12. For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. And I went there and I show her. I said, read that. And then she read. She said, all right. She walked. Who caused her to walk? You see? He caused me to walk. See the fan on? You can't see the breeze. He's in the breeze. You see? So I say, yeah. See the light on? He's in the light. I say, yeah. Then she say, he's everywhere. And she keeps saying it. Any little example that enter into her mind, she say, he put it there. He's in all things. So some things, right? We didn't teach or taught our kids. Okay? Some things enter into their hearts, right, naturally. By Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Alright? She didn't learn that from school. Because your school don't teach you that. You see? And she said, Lord, I thank you, I praise you. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So I said, man, I say this, Kal Alal, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And then she started saying, Kal Alal, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So that's why I'm here, teach them young. Okay? We must teach our kids, alright, in the fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? It is now. I was right here inside this Bible, this app. Okay? Salakia. I was inside the same Deuteronomy chapter 4. Alright? And I just was going through, right? Deuteronomy 4, 9 and 10. See, only take you heed to thyself, and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, unless they depart from thy heart all the days of life, all the days of thy life. But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons, especially the day that thou stoodest before Yahweh thy power in Horeb, when Yahweh said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children. Okay, but the main point is teaching our kids to fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's mean keep them in obedience to his word. Don't do this, don't do that. Thus saith the Lord. Obey your parents as unto the Lord. Okay? Stuff like that. Teach them order. Okay? Not to abuse them. Okay? Alright? But teach them. Alright? Now, I mentioned about the water moving. Right? Because she said she shook her hand with the bottle of water, and then she stopped her hand, but the water was still moving. And she made a good point that say, see, the water is still moving. He's in the water. Okay? John 4:10, Yahushua answered and said unto her, If thou knowest the gift of the Most High, and who is it that saith to thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldst have asked of him, and he would have given thee living waters. Okay? Which is this word. Alright? The woman said unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? So she asked him, man, where he had that living water. She didn't understand what he talking about. Okay? John 7:38, he that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Okay, having this word. So this word is life. Because the water is still moving. And if anything is moving, it have life. You see? Which ultimately is this word. Okay? The commandments is life. And this is what we should teach our children. The ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? Luke 4:1, this is the book of the commandment of the Most High, and on the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life. You see that? The ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And this is what we ought to teach our children. But such as leave it shall die. You see? We teach our people who are Israelites. Because this book is only for the Israelites. Only the Israelites whom Yahweh had made a covenant with. He didn't make a covenant with every nation under heaven. Okay? It says, Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. You see that? Take hold of this word. Alright? In the presence of the light thereof. That she mentioned about the light on. That he is in the light. She said, walk in the presence of the light thereof. In the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That thou mayest be illuminated. That you may be a light as well. The scriptures tell us we are light unto the world. Okay, let your light so shine. Okay, because why? He is in the light. He is everywhere. All right. So yeah, man, I thought I would share that. Okay. The Lord below is edified. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, peace and salutation. To you, Qam, or just pushing the truth in love, sincerity, and in charity with all humility. Shalom and a Baba Paul. Qam Yasharahla.